One way to sum up today is the trend is your friend. Today's price action was shocking. And some people might have capitalized, some people might not have, but at the end of the day, today was just a day to sit back and watch price do its thing because there was very little opportunity today. I'm currently down $550 across my five combines. And yeah, we took three trades. So we took one pretty clean. I mean, the setup was there. Obviously, it was a pure like discretionary trade. I could have got away with not taking it and I would have been happy. Not because I would have seen that I would have lost if I had have entered, but just because shit aligned for price to continue to the downside. Took two break evens after that. And yeah, it was a pretty sloppy day, honestly. Like this price action, fade of the century. The amount of people who got flipping, the amount of people who got boxed up. Yeah, that's not a fun game to play, man. So yeah, overall wasn't an incredible day on the markets, but let's get into how I managed to take these trades and how I managed to fade a bunch of trades as well. So going into the morning, previous day high resting up here. So let's just mark out all of the highly convictionalized draws on liquidity, previous day high. Then PPI was today. Now ES and YM both took out this high at the top, but which created a high time from SMT. But anyway, here is data highs, and then we've obviously got the 9:30 a.m. and we've got a little 30-minute fair value gap here. Do we need to mark that out? Nah, we can get away with not marking it out. So going into the first trade, naturally, I was bullish. I was bullish because of targets, but I was also bullish because price was showing me it was bullish. Now, could you have said because we rejected? Let me just get this out of the way. As we can see, we're in a chop, man. We are in a chop. We've broken structure to the upside, but we've also left a bunch of low resistance sell side liquidity. Now, going into market open, naturally, you're going to expect all of this to get ran because it's London lows. The only session lows that are resting are London lows. So we got no Asia highs, no Asia lows, nothing. London lows got breached straight away. Now, I use this as a confluence. Now, this is where it was pure discretion. I naturally probably wouldn't have usually taken this trade, but I don't know, I was kind of itching. I was itching a bit, so that created an SMT at the lows. And we hadn't yet tapped into equilibrium of the range, nor this second 4 hour for value gap. We were still just prancing around in this big range. We were still prancing around in the range. As we know, you shouldn't really take a trade until you got confirmation to, but I followed my risk plan and I followed my rules essentially, so I took a valid loss. So shit came down. SMT with London lows taken. Price breaks 1 minute structure to the upside. There's our CISD confirmed. Now, obviously, you can see here that it was just manipulation. To go down, we have to go up. And to go up, we have to go down. So, yeah, man. It was a valid loss. How much did I lose on this? $585. Kushti. That's calm, innit? That's calm, man. Take profit was at the previous day high, and it's a valid loss. We had reason for price to go down, and we also had reason for price to go up. That's why, essentially, it was just either or trade. But at the end of the day, it was my setup, so I'm happy I took it. Second trade comes along now. By this time, ES and YM are just shitting the bed. They are literally just shitting their way down to this point, essentially. Now, NQ ended up retracing to 0.62 of the range. You can see here, this range that we're in right now, this range that we're in, this weekly range, NQ rejected 0.62 perfectly after also rejecting this 4-hour for value gap. Now, from here, you want to see, like, naturally, the draw is still bullish. We've still got previous day high resting. Let's forget about this SMT. Like, it is the only valid SMT in play, and that's probably why it's been holding. But we've still got good reason to go to the upside. And we don't necessarily have to go all the way to previous day high. We only have to go to a good spot, say this 15 minute. Say this 15 minute for value gap. So if we mark that out, you'll also see on the low time frames, by the way, to get to this point in the markets, you had to survive all of this. You had to survive all of this. You had to survive not shorting at the very bottom because you think price is going lower, not longing here because you think price has filled this 4-hour for value gap. You had to survive all of the battlefield today to get to at least this point, let alone fucking that point. Most man will just lose their accounts by that point because in this, you're trading a shop. You're trading a shop and you're reliant on winning the trade or you are screwed. So what is this doing up here? I don't even know what that is. But anyway, as we know, 15 minute for value gap is resting here. We've rejected 0.62 of the range. We have also respected this 4-hour for value gap and this 4-hour for value gap, hence why we haven't closed beneath it and inversed it. We have still got 9:30 a.m. high resting, data highs and previous day highs. That means externally we're drawn to the upside. Now we just need to get an internal draw to the upside. Price rejects here. Let's pretend we're at this candle here. Price rejects here and opens up a 15 minute for value gap. At this time, we also have got 10 a.m. high right here. So we've got 10 a.m. high, 15 minute for value gap, 9:30 a.m. high, data high, previous day high. What reason do we have to go to the downside? And here is where it got sticky. I want longs. Essentially, we have traded off of the 0.62 here. We have broken 1 minute structure. Yeah, we've broken 1 minute structure here. And everyone who's getting a fill in here at OTE of the range has just got stopped out. So here, I enter here. After this, for value gap gets inversed. I might even enter here. Look, all of these people move their stops to break even, aiming for this high, or possibly even previous day high. And look, man, they're all stopped out. Use that, forget about it. That's kind of what formed the bias for today. But anyway, now that we've stopped out these highs, this for value gap is inversed. And naturally, you would want to see price just trade up because we've got our internal draws on liquidity, we've got our external draws on liquidity. So cool, from here you might slap in a long with a stop loss at this low or this low or this low. Ideally, you're going to be trading with the stop loss where your trade is invalidated. Now, where people got it wrong in this day and where I decided to just stop, catch a breather, step away from the charts for 15 minutes, is as soon as I sense this chop. Every single high that gets produced, more people are buying because they think price is going up. Yeah, every single high that is now stopped out, people are now shorting, and there's just liquidity getting built up on this low, this low, this low, this low, and this high, this high, this high, and this high. Look, this is an either or setup. You can't be taking trades like this because you are reliant on winning. If you're reliant on winning, it means that you have the functions of a toddler. Now, everyone has traded like this. Everyone has traded in a position where they are reliant on winning, whether it be me entering with 2 contracts and I want to move my stop loss to break even straight away. I'm reliant on winning because if the trade doesn't break through this high, let's say I want to enter here, yeah, and I want these highs. If the trade gets to these highs and I go break even, cool. I haven't lost anything if the trade comes back to my stop loss. But if I end up, say, trying to enter up here and I'm reliant on price trading through this high to go break even and I just get fucking melted, you're screwed, man. And this is a big range. This is a big range. 9:30 a.m. open to the low, 280 points. Look at this chop. Even this chop is what? That chop is 80 points. Sorry, it's not even 80 points. 92 points, you mad? Trust me, people, this was a day to just sit back. And as you can see, like, it's in front of your eyes, man. This is a crap day as a whole. It's a crap day. We have draws to the upside. We also have a lot of sell side liquidity built up because of people longing the markets. So summed up, as soon as this low got breached, I was like, cool, we could reverse off this point. But realistically, if I get into a trade, I'm going to have a shit risk to reward. I'm going to be reliant on trade going in my favor, because if I'm waiting for this high to get breached up here, where the fuck am I going to put my stop loss? Am I going to put my stop loss 70 points down? Are you mad? Or am I going to put it 24 points down? Like, they're just as stupid as each other, you know? And I'm not being negative, I'm just giving my thoughts, because some people might have made money today. Some people, the majority of people, probably didn't, because they don't understand how price works. They don't understand how time works. They don't understand how, when you see a 5-minute chart like this, and we inverse this 5-minute for value gap to the downside, and then we trade above it, and then we trade below it, and then we trade above it again, and then we act as if we're going to break structure to the downside, and then we trade above it, and then we trade below it, and then we trade above it. It's like, you're going to fuck yourself, man. And that sounded like a song, a flipping, yeah, bro, just me going, blah, 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 blah. That's what these charts look like. So take it however you want it. Today was just a blatant decision to skip. So capital preservation is key. Anyone can make money, but the people who are successful are the people who can keep it. So I appreciate all of you, and I will see you tomorrow.